Manawaker Studios Flash Fiction podcast is supported by patrons on Patreon. To find out more or to add your support for as little as $1 a month, visit patreon.com/Manawaker. Welcome to Manawaker Studios Flash Fiction podcast. I'm CB Drogi. This week, Speed Dating by MFC Feeley. Any idea how fast you were going? Amanda bit her lip and looked up at the officer through the open window of her green Mini Cooper, doing everything but bat her eyes to cute her way out of the ticket. My father's in the hospital, and Her breath caught. The officer held out his hand for her license, insurance, and registration. Was this the same officer who stopped her last week? Should her father be relapsing? Amanda Blackton, he asked. Oh, God. Was she on some kind of list? Did they talk about her at the station? Is your dad Coach Blackton from Montgomery High? The officer lifted his dark shades. Russell Ladson. I played tight end. Amanda generally found blue eyes cold, but Russell's were shot through with veins of warm amber. They crinkled in the sun as they took in the gold lettering on her dashboard. They winced at the thought of her father in pain. He's a fighter, Amanda wanted to reassure him. She also wanted to get out of the ticket. But this is the 5th time this month, covering her bum just in case she was on some list. Damn, she'd like to be on Officer Russell's list. Maybe she could drop off a toy for tots and run into him at the station. She worried about saying the wrong thing and blowing her chances. Officer Ladson handed back her paperwork. What hospital? Valley. Follow me. Officer Ladson hopped back on his motorcycle. He started the siren and pulled in front of Amanda and hit the gas. Deep into his 30s, Officer Russell still had a very tight end. Amanda's lead foot gloried through the floor of the Mini Cooper. They sped past every sucker on the ramp and zoomed down 17. Maybe Amanda should drive a volunteer ambulance. But the question now was how to land a date with Officer Russell. The morning sun glinted on the quote her father had stenciled on her dashboard when he gave her the car. Football games aren't won, they're lost. Fielding Yost. Amanda would win this. She'd drop off a big bundle of toys at the station, and if her motives were impure, the joy they brought would be genuine. Amanda practiced the brave smile she'd beam at Officer Russell as he pulled away. But when they wound around to the back of the hospital, Russell cut his engine and sprang to open Amanda's door. Thank you. Amanda dismissed him. Officer Russell looked hurt. It will mean a lot to my father that you helped me. I'd love to see him. He straightened me out. He's the reason I became a cop instead of a thug. How could anyone lie to those amber blue eyes? It's just... Amanda stammered. It's just what? Just that I lied to get out of a ticket? I know you have a lot of tickets to write. I mean, I don't think you have quotas, but... Russell put his arm around Amanda. Bolts of electricity shot through Amanda where their bodies touched. I radioed the station for a break. Don't lose this game, Amanda. Do it for Dad. She whispered, I think I'm braver alone. That's how quarterbacks get injured. Russell marshaled Amanda through the automatic door. I see emergency rooms all the time, Amanda. Tensions run high. Too many people waiting too long to see their loved ones. Russell bent his head to Amanda's. Amanda felt a brush of stubble. His breath was warm in her ear. Your dad taught me that uniforms have power. Let me block for you. He straightened and walked her to the desk. This was the moment for Amanda to tell him. But what would Russell think of a liar? He'd hate her. There also might be some kind of additional charge for accepting an escort under false pretenses. These thoughts put real tears in Amanda's eyes when she turned to the nurse at the desk. I'm here to see Alan Blackton. The nurse checked and rechecked the records. Maybe Amanda could pretend to have a delusional wish that her father was still alive. But how unsexy was that? She could never start a relationship on such a pathetic footing. The only option was full confession. She turned and faced Officer Russell Ladson. "Wanna try Good Samaritan?" he asked, his amber blue eyes crinkling with laughter. "You beast!" "Come on, let's go see him. We need a little coaching." It was a short drive to the graveyard in Paramus. Amanda was only faintly disappointed that Officer Russell did not turn on his siren. She'd have it screaming by halftime. This has been Speed Dating, written by MFC Feeley and first appearing in The Meet Cute. For more information about Manawaker Studios' other projects, including books and games, visit manawaker.com, which is also where you should go to learn more about the authors featured on this podcast or to get details about submitting a story. The Flash Fiction Podcast theme song is by Kevin MacLeod. Manawaker Studios' director of DICE is Ben Baston. I'm CB Droege. You can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at CBDroege. Thanks for listening.